Judaea. It's an ancient name, and we made it young. Today, 100 years after its founding, Young Judaea is the leading Zionist youth movement in North America. Through a century of turmoil and development, despair and hope, it has been a constant in educating and motivating Jewish youth and turning them into leaders. Young Judaea. It's about our children today. It's about the Jewish future tomorrow.
Young Judaea is unlimited opportunities.
Coming from a small town in Texas, I didn't have much of a Jewish background at all. In fact, I was about as assimilated into society as you can get. So actually, Young Judaea has given all of my background.
I remember there was a great poet. His name was George Kimche. He said, education and action are twins. One glorifies the other. And I recognize my own experiences growing up in Young Judaea.
What's always been so special about Young Judaea, and the reason why it's outlasted many other youth movements, was its broad, pluralistic love of Am Yisrael, of the Jewish people. The understanding, just like Hadassah's understanding, that we have to have organizations that unite, that get us working together, that get us focused on things that we have in common, I think is one of the reasons why Young Judaea has been able to change, to adapt, to grow, and to prosper.
At Young Judaea, we've always been about connecting young people with their Jewish roots and ancient heritage, with the language and the land of today's exciting, vital state of Israel, and with the Jewish community around the globe. Most of all, we connect with each other for a summer, for a year in Israel, for a lifetime.
Young Judaea was the only youth group in the South. If you didn't belong to Young Judaea, you were outside of everything. And you couldn't wait to become 12 years old to become a member of Young Judaea. So as soon as we were 12, my group and I organized a club. We called ourselves the Herzlites, and we became a member of Young Judaea.
Young Judaea and Tel Yehuda in particular, it's really a great opportunity to both have fun, but also you're learning, you're becoming knowledgeable.
Living Judaism, not just learning, but living it. If we teach them the moral and ethical code, the Mosaic code, help the helpless in society, Tsar Ba'alei Chaim, compassion for animals, Alachat Kama V'Kama, even more so for human beings. All these things are in the Torah, but I want kids to live these things.
I realized that I was using the label that I'm Jewish, but there wasn't anything behind it. And I decided I was grown up enough that it was time for me to put some substance behind it.
It's not only growing up Jewish and maintaining those Jewish values, but using those Jewish values and sharing them with the world and going out and doing things.
Caravan for Katrina is an effort by Young Judaea to help the people who really need help down in Mississippi. We have to help each other. If we don't help each other, what are we?
It's our duty to the world and to the Jewish people and everyone everywhere to save the lives of people who are in danger. And as Young Judeans and as Jews, we needed to come out and show the world that we care.
It can bring together the idea of being Jewish and being a good American too.
You're part of Tel Yehuda. It's just one big community.
There's always a good side benefit for the kids to have a good time, because that's what brings people together, is the community, is the friends that you meet from out of state, out of town, perhaps even out of country. That's what brings everyone together, and that's where the memories are made, from the people.
Being part of something special where they can be Jewish and they can love Israel and they can be very open about this.
Since our beginning a century ago, Young Judaea has had a life-changing impact on over 500,000 Jewish children, teens, and young adults. The passionate connection to their Jewish heritage, to YJ, and to each other stays with them for the rest of their lives.
I can't imagine the kind of person I would have been without Young Judaea.
My whole life is Young Judaea.
It helps you discover who you are really inside.
I am a product of a one-year program. It changed my life forever.
I joined Young Judaea when I was 12 years old. It gave me direction for my whole life.
But I joined in the chorus of people who say, everything important I need to know in life, I learned in Young Judaea.
The values Young Judaea gives to each participant who goes through any of their programs are important values, both Jewish values and human values.
I started going to Camp Young Judaea Sprout Lake when I was 11 years old. In fact, my wife also started that same year. We started both there and grew up in Young Judaea, grew up in Tel Yehuda and Sprout Lake. worked at Sprout Lake and Tel Yehuda. So between us, we've worked in almost every single Young Judea camp.
Tel Yehuda is the National Young Judea Leadership Camp. So not only do we focus on fun and having a great summer, but we also are focused on leadership.
Young Judea prepares you for life. It's pure leadership. It's taking action and standing up for what you believe in. And of course, as a foreign affairs aide, I bring that experience to the mayor's office.
Programs and people evolve over time, but the commitment and caring that define Young Judea, our passion for Israel and the Jewish community and social justice, never change.
For me, Young Judea is it's a history, it's a future, it's an experience, it's friends, it's family, it's hugs and tears and joy, and it's an education and an ideology.
It's not the same youth group that started 100 years ago, and it's not going to be the same youth group that's 100 years from now. And I think it's important that we're constantly looking at the movement as older alumni and not thinking about what Young Judea was, but what it can be.
We will definitely be back next year.
Young Judea engages our youth, educates them, trains them as leaders, and gives them comfort and confidence in their Jewish selves.
The roots it has, it's so powerful in so many people. It's affected so many hundreds of people, and it just keeps going and going.
Young Judea changed my life.
Every day is my favorite day at Sprout Lake.
To the entire Young Judea family, Mazel Tov on this special anniversary.